What's up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and I am here today with a review for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the season finale. So this is season 12, episode 21. The episode titled "Not My Sister's Keeper." I think that was the name of the episode. If it's not, it'll be correct in the description. It'll be correct everywhere on here. But before we go ahead and get into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other on my channel and you guys aren't yet subscribed to the channel, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know you can do me that favor by liking the video, giving that big huge thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, and share the video, guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let's discuss the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Shout. Alright guys, so this review is not going to be like super duper long because we really only had two scenes in this episode. First one was Garcelle. So Garcelle is hosting a Birkins and Bubbles party at her home. I didn't understand the significance of it, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. So I was tweeting about this last night. When it comes to the Birkins, now I know I've heard that Birkins appreciate in value, right? You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Do Birkins appreciate in value? But the thing with the Birkins are, when I look at those Birkin bags, they just look like basic handbags, but they're 14, 20,000, 40,000, 50,000, 60,000 and more dollars. And I'm just like, I understood Garcelle for the longest time why she would just not purchase a Birkin bag. Like, those things are expensive and they just look basic and bland. No shade, but they just look basic to me. That's my thing. I just don't understand the fascination with the Birkin bags. So everyone is showing up with the exception of Kathy's not there, Diana's not there. We don't care that Diana's not there, and Dorit wasn't there. I think that's about it. Because Renna came in these ugly ass Herman Monster boots. Oh, Erica wasn't there as well. We don't care that Erica wasn't there. So Kyle shows up. Y'all know how Kyle is about a damn Birkin, because Sutton had a Birkin. Get your hands off that damn Birkin. So Kyle tells them that it's awkward for her seeing Renna after what happened in last week's episode when Renna was sitting there telling Kathy that she needs to seek help. It's like, Renna, calm down. Like I said in my previous review, I do believe that Kathy may have said some things to Renna, right? And I'm pretty sure she said some things about the other women. I'm pretty positive she said things about Bravo, NBC. I'm pretty positive also that whatever Kathy said, I bet you Kathy flexed her muscles at Bravo and NBC for them to scrub it. I wouldn't be surprised about that, right? I really wouldn't be. I wouldn't be. But Renna is digging in with this. She says she just went dark. I locked myself in the room and whatnot. So Garcelle was talking to Kyle, and Kyle was telling Garcelle about how Kathy apologized to she and Renna. Garcelle is like me. What did Kathy apologize to Renna for? She had nothing to apologize to Renna for. So the ladies were sitting down. So Garcelle, pot stirring per usual, she asked Renna, like, so what did Kathy apologize to you for? Like, did you need an apology from Kathy? So Renna says she didn't need an apology from Kathy. And I'm like, well, if you didn't need an apology from Kathy, why have you been going around talking about what Kathy said? If the issue is really between Kyle and Kathy, Kyle let the situation go. That is her sister, right? And if Kyle wants to let the situation go, that's fine. If Kyle wants to smooth it over for the sake of her family, I'm cool with that. I do feel like that family, Kim, Kyle, and Kathy, they can all stand for some family counseling. Kind of like the Braxton family, just don't do Dr. Sherry. I feel like they could all use some family therapy because there's some deep-rooted issues with the Richards sisters. There's some what was Kathy? Is Richards their mother's maiden name or father? I know that Kathy doesn't have the same father as Kim and Kyle. So, because I was looking that up a few months ago and I found out that they didn't have the same dad. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Neither here nor there. But either way it go, Kim, Kathy, Kyle, get there, because I just think that there's something deeper there with them. I don't know if it's like, if it was because of, Kim's acting career and Kyle's. Now, you guys know, I know Kyle from Halloween. But after Halloween, I can't really tell you guys much of what Kyle did. I can tell you about Kim, because was it Kim that was on Little House on the Prairie, or was it Kyle? You guys will correct me in the comment section. I know it was one of the two. I just don't remember who. I think it was. I'm pretty positive it was Kim. Pretty positive it was Kim. I can't be for sure, but like I said, you guys will tell me in the comment section below, and we will talk about it there, right? So Rinna is once again talking about the fact that she locked herself in the room after what happened with Kathy. And I'm like, Rinna, you're putting 20 on 10 at this point, right? So what Kathy did was so dark that you had to lock yourself in the room. Rinna, shall we go down the list again of the things that you've done on this show? I feel like I have to. And I'm not going to go over every particular thing that she's done. I'm just going to go over some of the main things that Rinna has done that has cost her some of her. Denise Richards. Let's talk about that one. You went along with that whole story that Trashbox Brandy came up with about her and Denise having sex. Is it true? I don't know. I didn't care then, and I don't care now. I didn't believe Brandy, because Brandy will just say anything that she can, right? We know that about Brandy. Does she tell the truth? Sometimes, but I don't believe Brandy 100%. Munchausen with Yolanda. It's like, there goes our storyline. Remember that? Munchausen's. Who else? You brought Eden Sassoon on. Well, technically you didn't bring Eden on, but Eden Sassoon. You told Eden that Kim was on her deathbed. Did I think Kim was on her deathbed? No. Did I think Kim was sober that season? Hell no. And I will continue to say that. I said it on Twitter that season that Kim wasn't sober, and people attacked me left and right because I knew in my heart that Kim wasn't sober. And when Kim came to their reunion, Kim told us she wasn't sober. So Eden Sassoon, Denise Richards, Vanderpump, like the thing that happened with Vanderpump and the story from season 9 with the Vanderpump dogs. Oh God, Puppygate. Like y'all, you villainized Vanderpump. Is Vanderpump one of my favorite housewives of Beverly Hills? Not really, but I do like Vanderpump. But at the same time, I can see through Vanderpump. Vanderpump started shit. Vanderpump was behind a lot of things as well. She might try to play like she wasn't, but there were some things that I believe that Vanderpump was 100%, that Vanderpump was behind. I do believe certain things that they said about Vanderpump, and there are certain things that I don't believe about Vanderpump. And you guys, if you like Vanderpump, that's your prerogative. I said what I feel, and you can just leave it in the comments. That's fine, but we're not going to argue about what I said about Vanderpump. Because I know people are so protective of Vanderpump. I don't care. So she did that with Vanderpump, and then let's go back to Amsterdam when Kim was going to mention the husbands, and don't you ever go near my husband with the damn wine glass. And Kyle ran her ass outside. I'm still floored by that scene. Where the hell was Kyle going in that particular moment? I never understood where Kyle was running to. I never understood where Kyle was running to. But so Rinna was shook. Rinna was shook, right? Okay. So Rinna then keeps digging. And here's the thing that bothers me. If you're good friends with Kyle, this is the second time you've come after one of her sisters. This is the second time that you've come after one of her sisters. And I just don't understand Kyle. Like what was it? It was season 8 when Eden came on, and the whole thing about Kim being on her deathbed. Kyle didn't stand up for Kim as much as I would have preferred her to. And I was like, wow. Rinna is saying these nasty, disgusting things about your sister. Granted, Kim wasn't sober, but Rinna was saying some nasty, disgusting things about her sister. And she just kind of, it's as if she glossed over it. And I was just like, I never understood that. But that's really all I got for that scene. Let's pause here and let's wrap up the episode. All right, you guys. So Kyle is having a party at her home. She's hosting a party for the Grace Foundation, which is for Grace Kelly. So we see all the ladies as they start showing up. So this is the finale party. So at this point, all the ladies are there, with the exception of Kathy. We could have done without Diana, just saying. So Kyle is talking to Crystal, right, about Kathy and about all the blogs reporting on the things that happened in, you know, where were they at? Utah. No, they weren't in Utah. Aspen. When they were in Aspen, right? And I'm thinking to myself, Kyle, you should know who's putting this stuff out there. It's obvious who's putting these things out there. You know it's not Kathy. You know it's not Kathy. You know it's not Crystal. You know it's not Garcelle. And you know it's not Sutton. Because Sutton, Garcelle, and Crystal are cool with Kathy. So you know it's not those, those women. So by process of elimination, you're left with Dorit. You know it's not, as much as I can't stand Dorit, we know it's not Dorit. We know it's not Dorit. As much as I can't stand Diana, we know it's not Diana. So that only leaves two people, Renna and Erica. But and I remember when all the reports were coming out about Aspen that Kathy has said some homophobic slurs. And if I'm not mistaken, it was supposed to be towards Sutton's assistant, right? You guys will correct me about that one as well. So and now that we are seeing it, the only person who was around was Renna. So you can, by process of elimination, I feel like all the things that were coming out in Aspen was Renna. I believe that all the things that were happening when they were in Aspen, that was all 100% Renna. Now, once they got back from Aspen, the things that were coming out, I believe that was Erica and her team. Just going back to last week's episode with Erica's hair extension hairline, when she was talking to that lone reporter about everything's not hunky-dory, that was Erica. Erica is spinning this narrative. And we're going to talk about that in just a minute, right? So the ladies then sit down for dinner, and Kyle asked Garcelle, had she talked to Kathy? And she said, yes, Kathy is pissed off, and rightfully so, because they are defaming her character. So I get why she's upset, because they're saying that she said, because one is supposed to be, she said a homophobic slur and a racial slur. Now, I mean, we've saw some of the things that Paris has said over the years, so I hate to say it, but sometimes the apple don't fall far from the tree. She's heard it somewhere. Paris has heard those things she said in the past somewhere, so just saying. But Garcelle hit the nail on the head, because it was the same thing that I was thinking in last week's episode with Erica, when Erica was talking to that lone reporter. Erica and Renna, more specifically Erica is deflecting and creating a distraction from things that are going on in her personal life. So she sees this golden goose of an opportunity. And okay, so Kathy, oh my God. So Renna told me that Kathy was talking shit about Kyle, me, Dorit, Crystal, Sutton, and then she said something that was homophobic and a racial slur. Oh my God, let me get this to the blogs. That way, the Beverly Hills fans won't be on my ass. They can talk about Kathy. Like, process of elimination is easier, right? So Garcelle and Renna, not Garcelle, but Erica and Renna overheard Garcelle. So Garcelle then brought it up once again, asking Renna why, maybe I jumped ahead of the gun, but asking why does Renna need an apology? Because they all sat down and Renna said she didn't need an apology. So Garcelle then asked, well, why can't you two let it go? And Erica's like, are you talking about me too? Yes, it's you. Like, nobody else has mentioned what happened with Kathy, but you two in particular, right? So Renna's gonna say, oh, you're so angry. Girl, this is not Denise. Don't try that. So Renna's like, I'm not gonna be the one that's gonna sweep this under the rug and just sweep this under the rug. I can get sick and I can, DIE. I was like, Renna, girl, calm down. We are not on a set of Days of Our Lives, and your name is not Billy Reed. Girl, shut up. So then Erica, who is full of shit, she says that she wants Kathy to be called out because for 2 years, people have been coming at me. Erica, let me address you really quickly, right? Let me tell you why people have been coming at you for the last 2 years of your life, right? For the last 2 years, you have, number one, made yourself a victim and discredited these victims. Then this season, you come in, you say that some of the victims might be lying and they might not actually be victims. You say you don't give a damn about the victims, which we already knew that. So if you want me to feel any kind of anything for you, ma'am, I don't feel anything for Erica Girardi. So so Kyle is talking to Crystal once again, right? So she's telling Crystal that she knows for a fact that someone in the group has leaked the information to the tabloids, right? So Sutton was like, well, why don't you say something? So Sutton went and got Erica and Renna and said, did either one of you leak anything to the press? So Erica says, I don't know how to do that, girl. Allah don't care who tell it. So Kyle says, well, Erica, I know for a fact it came from your team, and more specifically, I know it was your publicist, right? In this moment, Kyle should have knew that Erica was no friend of hers, right? Because here's my thing. Here's my thing. If you're my friend and you tell me that somebody in my camp is going out here making statements about your sister and we supposed to be good friends, I'm like, oh my God, Kyle, you know what? I would like to believe that nobody in my camp is doing that, but girl, if depending on how many publicists she got, who was the publicist, right? Let me call them up. Hey, did you go to the press and tell the press things about Kathy? And they say yes, immediately you're fired. But no, she didn't do that. She didn't give a damn. Okay, well, just give me what you got. Girl, excuse me? Oh, Kyle, that's not your friend. That's not your friend. That's not your friend. Child, what threw me in this last part of this episode was when Erica Girardi had the unmitigated gall and audacity to sit here and say that she is more known than Kathy Hilton. I beg to differ. Had it not been for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, nobody would know who Erica Girardi is. Nobody would know anything about a Pat the Puss. Pat the Puss. Nobody would know anything about that. Now, Kathy Hilton, I've known about Kathy Hilton for years because I knew who Paris Hilton was when I used to wonder back when Paris, Nicole Richie, and the Kardashians came around, famous for being socialites, right? So I knew who Kathy Hilton is long before I knew who Erica Girardi was. So girl, calm the hell down and sit your ass down and shut the hell up. Worry about them old ratty ass extensions in your hair. Then let's talk about Erica this morning, because I was on Twitter this morning. So somebody tweeted Erica thanking her for a great season. She said, you're welcome. Excuse me? Girl, what? Girl, you think you gave us a good season? you believe you gave us a good... Okay, girl. Set yourself off. But that's it, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your post notifications. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. Turn on post notifications. Share. Thumbs up the video. And I will see you guys later, you guys. So, Hot Topics, you guys, will be back tomorrow. And also, Zatima will be up tomorrow. As well as, I think Salt Lake City will be up later tonight. I can't be for sure. But you guys can expect Salt Lake City. I will be watching Married at First Sight, Zatima, and Hot Topics. So you can expect all of those between tonight and tomorrow. But I'll see you guys for all of those.